Oh, what a weird day today has been weather-wise. We've had a negative snowfall accumulation rate, at least here in Bristol, Rhode Island, with the snow coming down all day. Started the day with over an inch of snow, and now a lot of it has melted because the temperatures were in the mid-30s. But it's going to get colder quickly this evening once that sun sets. Just a couple of degrees colder. Doesn't need to get much colder at all, and the snow is going to pile up. So here's what we have going on. Don't take this storm lightly. That is the bottom line. The center of it, way out there in the Atlantic Ocean. Huge moisture feed, though, coming in to eastern Massachusetts, where the snow has piled up. Some places in Foxborough, Mansfield area picking up several inches of snow. I've seen reports of some around a half a foot already. And Boston, for the last couple of hours, has seen the temperature drop to about 30 degrees by 4 in the afternoon and about a half-mile visibility. Have this jet stream energy coming in from the west as anticipated. That's helping the snow to blossom to our west. A sucker hole, I know, over the southwestern part of Rhode Island. In fact, it's very, very interesting. At one point today, down over in South County, southwestern Rhode Island, the temperature was at about 40 degrees, even in the low 40s. And right now the temperature, as we can see here on the map, is right around 38 degrees. Boston now at 31. In Providence at TF Green Airport, it is 34 with a dew point of 30. There's the snow in eastern Massachusetts. This is going to keep coming down during the evening and nighttime hours in eastern Mass, spreading back into Worcester County. There are going to be some impressive snowfall totals. There will be some snowy roads to deal with. This is a winter storm, maybe borderline blizzard conditions in some places during the nighttime hours. We have consistently been upping our snowfall totals for most of southeastern New England, or at least adjusting those contours and putting some areas into higher snowfall totals than what you were in earlier. So let's take a look at things. I want to back this up first to get to the storm timeline. Thursday, 8 o'clock in the evening, temperature about 30 to 35 degrees, wind 25 to 45 miles per hour, except for the Cape, where it's more like 30 to 55 miles per hour. Temperature around 30, even 32, 33. At night, it will accumulate. That's what happened last night when we woke up this morning. Temperatures were above freezing in many places, but there were slushy roads. By midnight, down to 29 to 34. Again, 25 to 45 mile per hour winds, snow coming down, snow continuing. 6 o'clock in the morning, there will likely be some school cancellations and delays tomorrow. I have to figure that that'll be the case. I don't have any input on any of those, but I don't think it's going to be advisable to be going to school in some communities because of the amount of snow, and I think a delay might be a good idea in other communities that aren't hit as hard. Now, this is not going to be, the temperature gets down to 28 to 34, so it's not like a true winter storm where the roads are going to be horrendous, especially once the sun rises, because the temperature will rise tomorrow as the sun rises up to about 32 to 36 by noontime, seeing a little bit of mixing with rain as the precipitation gets lighter around midday tomorrow, 25 to 50, maybe even higher winds at the coast of Rhode Island around midday tomorrow. And out on the Cape, you could still have some 60 mile per hour wind gusts, possibly even 65. It's a huge wind maker out there in the Atlantic and still having a big impact. The mix coming to an end by late on Friday afternoon or early Friday evening. Still very windy, though. Temperature up to about 33 to 38. Talking about those winds, on this computer projection right here, green shading indicating wind gusts about 45 miles per hour. They are widespread throughout Rhode Island and southeastern Mass. The yellow shading indicating wind gusts of about 60 to 65 miles per hour, and those are showing up just east of Cape Cod. So here is that adjusted snow map, and we may need to continue tweaking it, so check rightweather.net. We'll update it and put it on the site whenever necessary. This is what we're looking at. Feeling like the lowest snowfall totals are going to be in the southern part of Rhode Island, southwestern part of Rhode Island, the area that has seen the least amount of snow to this point. And the moisture feed coming in off of the Atlantic really favors southeastern Mass and then up into the higher terrain of Worcester County. Boston may be picking up 10, 12 inches of very wet, heavy snow. Same deal for Worcester, Taunton, Mansfield, Attleboro, areas that already have Franklin, Mass, that already have several inches on the ground. You could be over 10 inches. So there could be localized amounts in here that are a foot or more, and that includes the far northeastern corner of Rhode Island. Providence is in the 5 to 10 inch range, but not by much. Look at that gradient. You go from 2 to 5 to 5 to 10 to the best chance of seeing 10 pretty quickly. So this is what you get with a spring storm. It can be very tricky to determine exactly where those heaviest snowfall totals are going to be. But a 5 to 10 inch snowfall is really nothing to fool with, especially when it's a wet, heavy snow and it's a wind-driven snow. And the fact that the wind and the heavy snow could lead to some downed trees, power lines, and eventually some power outages. We are going to continue to keep you updated on this storm at rightweather.net.